1.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, Facebook. How's it going? We're back with, this isn't quite a Miller's with Malcolm. This is Talkin' Turkey with Malcolm Reed and Mark Williams from SwineLifeBBQ. How are y'all doing today?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fine. It's just like the Butterball hotline. I guess I'm the Butterball.
The Butterball hotline?
Isn't that a thing? Like the Butterball turkey hotline on Thanksgiving where you can call them?
If it is, that's fantastic.
It really is. I think.
Yeah, they'd have that.
I'm going to be calling them.
Call them with all your turkey questions. What do you do if your bird still froze when you wake up Thursday morning, watch the parade?
But I think the goal of this live stream, guys, is going to be getting y'all prepared. I know y'all all have lots of Thanksgiving turkey questions, Thanksgiving cooking questions that y'all have been DMing us, commenting, all that good stuff. So we wanted somewhere we could answer them all in one place. We're going to try to get to as many questions as humanly possible. Are y'all pretty prepared to answer these questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your audio's on, Chell.
Okay.
We sound good.
Yeah, we sound good.
Sound pretty good. I heard it coming right through Shell's computer here.
But we hope you guys are all having a fantastic Wednesday. We're going to give everybody just a few minutes to get in here. So, guys, what have y'all had going on lately?
You've been cooking a lot of turkeys.
Cooking a lot of turkeys. That's what I've been doing.
How many turkeys have you cooked already between the two of you?
I've done
We've done 3.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Just different
Mark,
recipes.
have you cooked any turkeys this year already?
But 3. Dressing, 2 dressing.
I've got 2 in the fridge, a breast. Actually, it's like 2 breasts. And I got 1 more turkey in the freezer. Got 11 thawed out in the shop. Got to cook those Monday.
Y'all think you're tired of turkey. I filmed for both of you. I'm just kidding.
And I'm officially not cooking anything after tomorrow, I think. But I guess that's out the window.
Rumor has it you're a sides dude.
Yeah.
Me?
I am a sides guy.
Tyler, you told us we were
I
supposed to have
love
turkey.
sides.
I don't see a turkey.
Who's got the
Okay.
questions lined up?
I got a few.
We got a lot.
Cole wants to know wet or dry brine.
I personally like a wet brine. I like to thaw that turkey out for about 5 days and stick it in a brine for 2 days. It's a 7-day process. And I don't care if it's been enhanced or whatever. Most of the ones I get, I just buy the cheap ones on sale at Kroger or Walmart or wherever, whatever store I can get them from. And most of the time they are enhanced. That just means they have a little bit more added weight with water and salt, but it doesn't phase them. They're still really good.
One of the biggest questions we get is, if it's enhanced from the store, can I still brine it?
Yeah, definitely.
course.
You can still inject it too. I've done both.
I don't know if you can add too much flavor to a turkey.
No, they're pretty blank canvas. I will say that. Just when you think you've got too much seasoning on it, it doesn't have a whole lot of taste. So.
I definitely think if you got the time to do a wet brine, it's definitely more flavorful. It's got a lot of moisture. But, I mean, I've done a dry brine a ton of times. And,
The dry brine works. It gets some good flavor on the outside.
But you're doubling the time doing a wet brine for sure.
Yeah.
So Zane Bowen's coming in. He wants to know. So he's wanting to smoke and deep fry one. Should he smoke it until it's done, or then fry it, or smoke halfway then fry the rest?
I would smoke till it's about 150, 155 in the breast. Take it out and then deep fry it, and go ahead and leave that thermometer in it so you can see the internal. When it gets to like 165, get it out of that hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not even a 10-minute fry, really.
It won't be long. Yeah.
Be quick.
Just to crisp the skin up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's going to crisp it up and just finish it off.
Just be careful, because a lot of times when you're smoking one, you're going to have a lot of moisture on that skin.
That's
that
right.
may make that grease pop up on you.
And make sure you drain that cat. Like when you put it in, if you're going to fry it in a turkey fryer, get it vertical and let all that juice get out of that cavity.
Get it dry.
And if I was going to do that, I would not stuff that cavity with anything. No. I wouldn't put the vegetables and herbs and all that stuff in there.
That sounds really good, though.
It does.
So I've got several questions about the brining process.
Sure.
How long to brine? One person asked, if they're brining can it continue to absorb after 24 hours?
It pretty much stabilizes, but I would say a minimum of 24 overnight. So probably a minimum of 12. 24 is ideal. 48's even better. I've even seen 72-hour brines. So
And it will continue to absorb.
it's gonna reach kind of like a equilibrium.
Yeah, you're going to pick up more moisture, but as far as salt level, that's all going to equal out.
Yeah, it's going to equal itself out.
So
you're not going to pick up much more flavor.
This is coming in from Jason Ferris on Instagram. He DM'd us. He said he's planning to use your butter and herb smoked turkey recipe next week. Due to his schedule, though, he has to cook Friday and eating on Saturday. What are your suggestions on reheating that turkey without drying it out?
I would.
I'm batching that a bunch this week.
Yeah, I mean, you're still going to cook it the exact same, and then when you get ready to reheat it, I would put it in a pan, loosely cover it with foil, add just a little bit of chicken broth or some moisture in that pan, and then bring it back up to 140, which is a safe internal. At the very end, you could take that foil off and just kind of let the heat crisp the skin up a little bit. If you want to put it on broiled, do it, but just watch it really close because it's going to want to burn pretty fast, but it'll get the skin back right for you. It's not ideal. You really like reheating. It's not ideal, but that's the only way you get option you have. Go for it.
So the times I've done it, I know it does not present as well, but I'll carve it when it's done and go ahead and bag it up in a vacuum seal bag or a good freezer bag and actually reheat it either in a hot water bath or a microwave. Do like 1 minute at a time, toss the bag around. Keeping it in that Ziploc bag, to me, holds as close to natural flavor.
Yeah, that's a good option.
But you're not going to get to present it, you know.
That's right. It's not carving bird, but
it does hold the moisture and keep pretty good to the same flavor.
So Kale Stensland wants to know if y'all believe in stuffing the turkey or not.
I do. I usually don't use stuffing though. I like to use onions, celery, herbs, apples, citrus, things like that, butter. But as far as the stuffing, I've cooked them that way. It's really just about building mass up in there that I wouldn't want to eat whatever's in that cavity. It's just not my ideal presentation. I know it's kind of like a traditional thing, but the idea of it's actually just to give the bird more mass so it's cooking it.
Yeah. Definitely citrus fruit, anything with a little bit of moisture in it does great as a filler.
Yep.
Does the Lewis wants to know, does the brand of turkey matter to you when you're picking out your turkey?
I've cooked them all. I mean,
whatever you can get this year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure an all natural, not farm raised turkey's probably better. But I mean, most of the time you're going to see butterballs, honeysuckles, Jenny Rowe.
Jenny Rowe. Butterball is usually what I've seen more commonly here lately.
But I mean, I don't pick one over the other. I've cooked them, whatever they have the bulk of in the grocery store, and I like them in the 12 to less than 15-pound range. Those are ideal. Those big birds, I try not to do those. If you are doing a big bird, give yourself more time to thaw, more time to cook, and it just takes a little longer.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So talking about brining and injecting, can you do both? And
yeah.
If you're only going to choose one, which one would you go with?
If I'm only doing one, I'm probably going to brine. Because I got plenty of time. I'm controlling that temperature of it. I know it's going to have good flavor. It's going to be, every bit of it's going to taste good. When you're injecting, I mean, it's a great way to get some flavor in a hurry. And it does put some flavor in there, but it doesn't spread out as good. You get into pockets of it. You can see the injection marks a lot of times when you carve it. And I mean, it's does it work? Yeah, it's good, but it's not as good as a good long brine.
Right.
So
if you're going to, in a pinch for time, if you are going to inject, I would stay away from those real strong. I would either do like just a chicken broth and melted butter, something real mild just to put moisture in it.
Nothing's going to stain it.
Yeah. I love butter, and I'm not hardly going to put much more than a butter and a little bit of hot sauce.
Well, is it necessary to brine?
I mean, no, you don't have to. Does it make a better bird? I think so.
Kimberly M wants to know, she needs help with gravy. She gets no drippings with smoke, so she needs help.
Yeah, we had a lot of questions about the gravy.
Mark, you make some of the best gravy I've ever had. And I've never had your turkey gravy, but the process is the same. So go ahead and explain how you would make a turkey gravy.
So I'll have a video coming out on some chicken stock gravy Saturday, I hope, Tyler.
Yep.
But I usually start out with a half a stick of butter, use a quality butter. I like a Kerrygold. There's several brands out there that has a higher fat content. Definitely use that. So a half a stick, which should be equivalent to a quarter of a cup. Put equal parts flour, quarter cup of flour, get it in a skillet, get it to where it's incorporated, and you're just wanting to see that flour start to brown and that butter brown.
Cook the flour out of it.
Yeah, you just at least 3 minutes on heat. Flour usually takes about 2 to 2.5 minutes to get the flour to not taste like flour. Once you do that, it's 2 cups of chicken stock. You can either make your own. Here recently, I found can't remember if it's fire roasted or rotisserie chicken stock at Kroger. It is delicious. It makes
the bone broths are good too.
Yeah, makes excellent gravy. So 2 cups of it, incorporate it. It'll thicken up on you. Just if you need to add a little bit more liquid if you want it runnier, that's fine. But it's simple. I mean, equal parts butter, flour, chicken stock, get the consistency how you want to it, and it usually turns out a mighty fine gravy.
Yep, I'll do a little more with you. I like to use either some leftover chicken, rotisserie chicken, or if I've used some of the giblets or something like that, you can put in there. Add just a little bit of meat. You can add some pimentos, like diced pimentos, to the gravy, and even put some boiled egg slices in it. Yeah,
Wow.
Really?
That's how my mom always does it. And she'll have the pimento peppers, she'll have boiled egg, and she'll have pieces of chicken in it in the turkey
never had
gravy,
pimentos.
and it adds a substance to it. It's like a quick version of a giblet gravy, which we never were big on using the giblets.
Yeah.
And, we don't usually use the organs or the neck and stuff like that.
A
You
good
can. I
a
mean,
good chicken stock will go a long way in
Yeah.
the gravy. Like it's what makes it.
So you don't need to have the drippings
No.
to make a
no.
gravy.
I
you can-
prefer not to because a lot of times those drippings will get too strong anyway, especially if you're smoking it.
That's right.
That's very true.
You can cheat even further than that and start with the cream of chicken based soup or make your own cream of chicken and thin that down with chicken broth and add your flavors to it. I've even seen I've even seen her put a little few drops of yellow food coloring just to give it that old fashioned yellow
Yeah.
gravy look. But gravy is really simple. It's like Mark said, the flour, the fat, make your roux, then add your liquid.
Whatever flavor your liquid
Yeah.
is going to be your flavor.
That's
So,
right. If you use a good chicken stock, or you can make a turkey stock with those parts and strain it off. And
Salt and pepper's your friend, just to taste.
What Allie wants to know the top 3 tips for cooking a turkey for the first time, and I'm assuming that's on the smoker.
well, one, we know we're cooking to internal temperature. That's the number one thing. I like to cook them at about 300 degrees on the smoker. I like to keep a thermometer in it after about an hour, let it come up to temp. One really, really good tip is when you brine it or inject it, whatever you do, make sure you get that skin good and dry before you cook it. And then add your seasonings after you put a little spray of rub with oil or melted butter or duck fat or something like that on the skin after you dry the moisture off of it. That's going to help it brown, and then it's also going to help your seasoning stick. And then cook it to 160, 160, 165 in the breast. If you stop it at 160, it's usually going to carry over to that
It'll carry over.
165. But you always want to make sure it's a safe temperature. And
That's the
That's-
biggest thing. And make sure to, allow plenty of time.
give yourself plenty of time. Yeah.
That's the biggest thing in any barbecue, not necessarily just turkey, is don't try to rush it. It's going to get done when it gets done. If you start rushing it, you're going to take a chance on overcooking it, or, you don't want to get flustered. So allow plenty of time to take your time and enjoy the cook.
Yeah. I'd say for every 4 pounds of weight of turkey, it's usually about 45 minutes. That's what I go with. So usually I'm cooking about a 12-pound bird. So that's, a little over 3 hours. So
I'd
if you
give yourself
I'd
at least 4, 5.
So kind of go along with that same question. So what if you had like 2 of the same size birds? Like how much would that increase the smoke time, do you think?
For different size birds?
Yes.
It's just going to make it longer over 12. I mean, it's going to, I've the big bird. What's the big bird we cooked, Chell? It was almost 18 pounds, and it was about a 4.5 hour turkey. So you can see that difference. And 6 pounds took an extra hour just about. So that's about still on par with that 4 pounds 45 minutes.
And 2, like what I have to do, I have to cook 2 turkeys this year. I'm going to cook them side by side. So, I know that's going to add a little bit of time to it. Not as much as it would if it's a bigger turkey. It's much easier to cook 2 12 pounds than it is 124.
The one tip that's real important is whatever, cook a bird that's fits in your cooker right. You don't want to maximize your cooking space. It's going to slow airflow down. It's going to
24-pound bird on paper.
yeah, that's right. I mean, you see, think about it. You want to have a cooker big enough to cook that bird, and I like to rotate them around throughout the cook to make sure it's cooking even. So every time I go in, every 30, 45 minutes, I'm spinning it a little bit. And I use like a little raised rack flipped over to where it'll spin on the grate. It's easy to put the turkey on the grill. It's easy to take it off the grill. And it's easy to spin it while it's cooking. So
Do not get heavy with the smoke, especially
That's
if you're
right.
cooking on a stick burner or something like that. A turkey don't need much, and it will get dark on you quick, won't it, Malcolm?
it will. It definitely will. I've ruined some with too much smoke. So
Tristan was asking, can he use a water pan with turkey broth in it to keep the moisture in the smoker, or is it even necessary?
with that, it doesn't. You can. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't think it's going to add the moisture. Really, it doesn't do much to how it's cooking. What it does is it absorbs heat, so it's a heat sink.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what those water pans are for in there. They add a little bit of moisture, but it's really just going to cool things off a little bit. And
main
I
thing-
really don't think you need it. I'd want to keep that temperature up closer to 300, then closer down to 212 where it's going to be boiling. So
That's one thing too. I mean, if that water pan helps you maintain 300, go for it.
Yeah.
But the thing about when you're cooking that bird, the whole point of the cook is you're trying to cook the moisture out. That's what makes it get done. You're cooking the water off that. So water pan being,
Slow
right there,
it
and it's
down.
going to slow it down even more.
Yep.
So I had a lot of questions on this. If y'all had a preference, would it be spatchcocking the bird or cooking it normal?
For 15 and under pounds, I cook them normal. But for big birds, I'd rather spatchcock them. But then again, it goes to the size of your cooker. If you've got a smaller cooker, spatchcocking is going to be the way to go because it's going to take up less mass in there.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're cooking a 12-pound bird, spatchcock, it's not going to take up near as much room.
Yep.
So it'll lay flat on the rack.
I'm a spatchcock guy. I like that. It's
It's easy.
It's
It's
easy.
faster.
You can really play with flavors. You can get rub underneath the bottom side of that breast, and cook it on a bed of herbs or a bed of citrus. You can cook a beautiful bird that way. Now it doesn't present as well. To me, it's hard to beat that big old beautiful bird sitting on the table. But
But if you don't care and you're just going to cut it up and put it on
Yeah.
a platter anyway,
I think you can get a little bit more flavor on a
Yeah.
spatchcock one.
it definitely cooks it faster.
Yeah,
And it cooks it even.
yeah, it does do that.
So what y'all can't see behind the scenes is we have Miss Ireland in the room as well. And she got this question. Chris asks, do you still cook to 160 degrees Fahrenheit no matter the breast size?
Well, yeah, that's just the right temperature to cook breast to.
Yep.
But it's not just like I'm going to make sure that the dark meat's 170 at least, because you got to figure a little carryover in there. But it doesn't matter the breast size. You want to make sure you're probing it in multiple areas to make sure it's all that. Because of course, where the breast gets thinner, it's going to be a little
over.
hotter than the thick part. So you got to make sure you're getting down in there. And the thickest part, I always say the thickest part of the breast away from the bone is where I'm wanting to see that temperature. That way I know all the rest of it's done enough.
Mm-hmm. Good rule of thumb.
Good rule of thumb.
Would you want to inject more on a spatchcock than a regular? Says Tyler Talley.
I don't think so.
Not more. I'd inject the same if I was going to inject.
Same amount.
You can put probably about, depending on the size of the bird, about 8 to 12 ounces is about all one of them should take.
Yeah.
12 to 15 pound bird.
Eric
That's plenty.
Eric says that his wife just came home with a 26-pound butterball.
That's a monster.
That's a big old ball.
I'd spatchcock that one.
How long is it going to take him to defrost it?
To defrost it?
Better
Wow.
get it in the fridge now.
Yeah. He's going to be pushing it.
How's that even fit in your fridge?
It's a monster. It's going to take, it might take 8 to 9 days for that one. There's
Yeah.
a chart on there I saw somewhere about thawing size. I know a 12 pounder, I want it out tomorrow. So that one probably should have been out last Monday.
If you get it out now, get it in a cooler, throw a little bit of ice with it, and just check on it every day. Make sure to keep ice on it and let it thaw.
When in doubt, put it in some, fill up a cooler with some water and ice and let it thaw and it'll be thawing overnight.
Yeah.
But just keep an eye on it. Make sure it stays cool. You don't want to risk it getting, above 40 degrees for very long. Keep it below 40
That's
and
a
it'll be
big
fine.
bird.
That's
I've never
a
cooked one
monster.
that big.
26 pounder, I've never cooked one that big. And I would imagine do the math on that. Let me tell you how long that's going to take.
For averaging 4 pounds. Isn't
Yeah.
that what we figured?
Yeah.
About 4 pounds.
45 minutes.
4 hours a pound is what. Wait, no.
No.
1 hour,
4
4
pounds.
pounds. Yeah. It's about your cook.
I think he'd cook a little quicker than that because
It's
once
probably
you,
going to be about, I'd say it's probably going to be about 7-8 hours.
yeah, I'd say 6 at least.
Yeah.
Once it gets over that hump, it's going to speed up, but it takes forever to get to that 100
Forever.
degrees.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what cooker to use. Andrew asked, do you prefer a pellet smoker or a drum smoker for better flavor?
I'm a pellet smoker guy when it comes to turkey. The drum will almost put too much smoke on it. It's if you like a real super stout smoked flavor, go for a drum. But that pellet grill cooks the best turkey. It's hard to beat that Traeger turkey. I promise you,
It's too easy.
It's too easy.
The one time I have done on a drum, I did do the bed of like citrus underneath it,
Tried to tone it.
and it don't let the grease drip on the coals as much, so it's a little bit cleaner fire.
I would consider putting that lower shelf in there and putting a pan below it to catch
Yeah.
stuff and act as a diverter. Anything I could do to knock back some of that smoke, because a turkey, as long as it's going to be in there, it's going to be a sponge. It's going to soak up smoke. And you can't. I mean, I'm not talking about adding extra wood. I would just use lump charcoal.
As clean a fire as you can run.
Yeah. And try to keep it up around 300, 325.
So we've had a lot of questions about what if you just have a Weber? How are you going to smoke a turkey on a Weber kettle?
Stay under 12 pounds.
You're going to have to get a small one. And then you got to keep all your coals out snake method. Keep it in the center and rotate it pretty often. It can be done. It's trickier. And it's going to take, that's probably going to take, I mean, you still should be able to cook a 12-pound bird in 3.5, 4 hours on whatever.
Yeah, definitely run it.
But you just got to watch your size. You can't cook a big one.
And I think too, on a little bit smaller pit, you can get away with a bump higher temperature just because it's not as efficient temperature. So you probably could run 325, 330, and just keep an eye on it.
You could probably do as long as the rotisserie attachment would work with a 12-pound turkey. It'd be good.
It'd be delicious.
So let's rapid fire this one real quick. Tony's my guy out here. He wants to know what's your favorite alcoholic drink that's going with the turkey this year.
Turkey, huh?
Mine's gravy.
I like
that Thanksgiving's not a big drinking holiday for me. There's usually no room for drinking on Thanksgiving. it's all about the sides.
He said red wine or cider.
Yeah, I can see that. You know what?
Yeah, some red wine.
That
some good hot cider.
That cider with the Jack Fire, that's some good stuff. Real good stuff.
What do you think about the Weber Smoky Mountain for a cooking a turkey?
It does okay. I mean, it ain't my first choice.
I would definitely the same thing. I would use your pan there just so you don't drip on the coals.
But I'd probably fill it with sand.
Yeah, or cover it with foil. One of the two.
If you put water in it, just cover it with foil.
Oh,
You just want the heat sink.
Here's a good one. So Jonathan asks, should he brine the turkey if he's deep frying it?
I have, yeah. You just got to let it.
You have to be careful.
So one step I didn't talk about was after I brine, I like to take it out, put it on a rack in a baking sheet, and let it sit in the refrigerator uncovered so the skin dries out. It lets all that moisture get off of it, and it's perfectly fine to deep fry.
Yep.
But once again, you got to get that moisture out of the cavity. If you don't, that's setting you up for disaster. When moisture hits that hot grease or hot oil, it's going to want to bubble over. So one thing, make sure you don't put too much oil in that turkey fryer. It needs about half.
Yeah.
That's where people make a mistake. They'll fill that thing 3/4 to, almost up to the top, drop a turkey in it, displaces it.
If you've never done it, go to YouTube, watch the proper way to set your oil height in a pot.
Yeah.
Do not
You can do it
guess.
with a frozen bird in water.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way. Like, figure out, put your bird in the pot, fill it with water till it's over it, and then take the bird out and then look and see where that is. Yeah, mark it.
Take you a knife or a butter knife and scratch it out of your pot so you know.
Yeah.
So let's talk wood or pellet flavors.
I'm a pecan man.
Go pecan with turkey.
I like it.
That's
I
pecan.
like
I'm right
pecan
there.
with poultry. It's good. I mean, you don't want something super strong. You can buy mesquite smoked turkey breast in the grocery store.
It's like eating a cigarette.
I mean, so maple's probably pretty good. Apple's okay. Alder, something light. Pecan's my first choice. I'd stay away from hickory.
Yeah, I do post oak over hickory because post oak's not as strong as hickory to me.
Cherry, I'm not really a fan of on poultry just because it can give you a little bit more smoke ring and it gives that pink look and your guest will think that it's undercooked. You can't, no matter how much you argue with them that's smoke ring, then it's
just a mental thing.
It's a mental thing.
So I know a lot of people have been asking this too. So you guys have tons of turkey recipes available on YouTube between the two of you guys. Out of those, what would be your go-to this year if you had to pick one?
Man, either the one I just did, the butter herb, because that's probably one of the better ones, or the old Norman. Norman Rockwell when I did. That's
somebody said, what's your favorite between those two?
That butter herb was awesome.
I
never basted one with butter the entire time and put butter on the skin, butter in the cavity. I mean, it's just a butter turkey. By the way, that one could have been better if I would have injected it with a butter injection too. And that was the one thing I said.
Should have done. I'd have to go. I'm a big fan of just the whole breast. I mean, they're great. They're easy to cook, But this one I done this year and I pulled the skin off of it, man, that was a different bird, man. It was delicious. Yes.
I hate you didn't bring none of that to work.
I mean, it was.
I wanted to try that one. I watched the video. It looked really good.
I mean, it had a bark like a rib, and it was just something different. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I got to cook 2 of them this year for it. So
really,
per request.
So you want to talk turkey skin?
Sure.
We're going to be 180 on this because I hate it.
I don't mind it on pellet grill. You get it cranked up and it gets crispy. Man, it's good.
So somebody said their skin was very leathery. Where did they go wrong?
Didn't smoke it hot enough, or it was too moist.
I like it fried, but
You got to use. I mean, you got to use that fat in there, and then you got to spray it throughout the cook or baste it with butter. That's the trick on skin, and it ought to be. I mean, it's not going to be like deep fried skin, but it definitely gets crispier, and it has a good flavor and good texture when you put that much butter on it. Butter and salt's your friend when it comes to turkey.
now like that rotisserie chicken we done, I would love to do a rotisserie turkey because that skin on that rotisserie chicken was
They get
delicious.
A little bit crispy. I mean, I love the herb flavor and just the butter, the saltiness. It doesn't take a whole lot of seasoning on it.
Yeah, the skinless would surprise you. It's just built bark and stuff is really good. And this is a very interesting question coming in from Instagram, Liz. So she wants to smoke a spatchcock turkey on her char griller, but she can't find a smoking stone, which I guess is something that was suggested. But she said that she read that a pizza tray also works. Do you have any suggestions about what she should set the spatchcock turkey on?
It's probably more of the stones acting like a diverter is what I'm imagining. So a pizza pan would work. They make pizza stones that'll work too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you can find the smaller diameter that'll fit in our grill.
Yeah.
That's I've seen people replace those in those which is Smoky Joe
The
or
Oklahoma
Komodo
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, she said this was an acorn, which is I'm assuming similar.
That's exactly what it is. It's like a ceramic style stone. That's the heat diverter, like an egg diverter.
Yeah.
So it needs. Just if you go to your grocery store, I'm sure they have
Get a large pizza stone.
Yeah, whichever size. Just make sure the size will fit in there. All it's doing is it's giving you some protection from the direct heat. And the stone radiates a little. The pizza pan won't do that, but it'll act as a block. You'll have to run smaller fire, but on the stone you can run a little bit bigger fire.
You'll have to excuse Malcolm.
I'm fighting head cold.
He's got a little
It's about
head
got
cold.
me.
Can't you tell we work him to death?
Yeah, I got a cough drop, but
So we've had a lot of questions about the turkey breasts, like the kind that y'all get from the butcher shop in Pensacola.
that's the best.
Derek actually called them a large sweetheart turkey breast. Is that I've never heard him called that before.
I can see it. Looks like a big old heart.
So when you're cooking a turkey breast, do you brine and inject? Do you do one of the other? Do you smoke it the same?
Usually because those are boneless, I usually don't brine them. I inject them. They're good. They're great injected because I'm usually gonna thaw it out, inject it, and put it right on. So it's not,
And those being off the bone like that, they will absorb a lot quicker.
Yeah. You don't have to do.
They don't take much.
Yeah, if you did, it'd be more like a marinade.
Yeah, I do 8, 12 hours, no longer.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, you got to think those things probably only weigh what?
I don't know
4 or
the
5
ones you
pounds?
got, Kevin. Heck, that's a dinosaur turkey.
Yeah.
Like
These are these this year. I hadn't even opened the package up, but I hope it's boneless because it's monstrous though. It looks like it weighs 10 pounds.
But you're still cooking at 300.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You just
you can't, man. I don't know if you can mess them up. You put a thermometer in them and season it however you want. What I like to do to them is get them seasoned, go ahead and inject them, pull the skin off, put it, on the smoker, get some smoke in it, get it coming up to temp. When it gets to about 130, 135, I move it over to a pan with some butter and re-season it a little bit, cover it with foil and get it tender. And then, man, when you slice that dude, it is just like turkey pandemonium. Has all that buttery, good, juicy flavor. You can't dry it out.
that is a true butterball.
Yeah, it's true butterball.
So Derek said he's wanting to err on the side of finishing early. What's the best way to hold that turkey?
Dry cooler.
So pull it at 160?
Yeah. I mean, 160, it's going to carry over. But I would just make sure the juices are running clear. Like, if you pull it at 160, when you pull that probe out, or if you notice there's any kind of like pinkish looking liquid, it ain't done.
Do not inject with hot sauce because then everything in it looks like it's bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so what I do, I'll take it, I'll either put it in a platter or put it in like a pan, a large pan, loosely tin it with foil, drop it down in a dry cooler, and just put the lid on it, and then go back and crack it every 10, 15 minutes. It'll stay hot till you're ready to carve it. Probably for 2 hours, easy.
So this one's kind of just a whatever comes to y'all's mind. But Allie wants to know what are your what not to do tips for cooking the
Not
turkey?
to do. Don't wait till the last minute to thaw it out.
Yeah. Don't buy the turkey on next Wednesday.
Don't rush it. Let's see. Not to do.
Can you?
Don't skip on a meat thermometer.
Yeah.
Get you a decent meat thermometer where you can watch that internal temperature.
Do
Those little
not
pop-ups aren't reliable.
do not cook in
Don't
the oven.
trust those.
Don't cook in the oven.
Can you brine
Don't air
and
fry.
thaw at the same time?
Brine and thaw at the same time.
Off the record, I have.
I have.
That's what
or
Say you
or,
have
I'll
it,
tell you,
July.
or I have like started my thaw process and realized, oh man, I need to go ahead and get it in the brine, and then opened it up and put it in the brine, let it finish thawing. Just
The brine will
don't-
speed the thaw
don't-
up.
Here's another don't cook it with the neck and the giblet bag still in it. Make sure you get that out, because when you put it in the brine frozen, you're not gonna be able to
You
get that
can't
out.
get it
till
out.
thaws. So that's another one. When you take it out of the brine, you're gonna remove all that. Is it gonna hurt it the brine with that stuff in there? No,
I think one thing
it's all edible if you cook it.
something we talk about but I don't think gets said enough is don't wash that turkey. Like
Oh, yeah.
do not put that turkey in your sink. Just open the
You're gonna-
pan, pat it dry, and it's ready to go. Like
You're gonna more risk of contaminating your whole kitchen trying to wash that.
I'm
thing
guilty
off.
of it. You know, when I first started cooking, I was like, man, we got to wash this bird.
Yeah. I mean, if there's anything on it, always like you said, get paper towel, soak out everything in the cavity, wipe it out. When you
You're just introducing more
Yeah,
bacteria than
that's
what's
right.
ever there.
the risk up.
So David asked, when you are holding your turkey in a cooler, is it wrapped, unwrapped?
Loosely tinted.
Okay. So once you walk me through the steps of pulling it off, pull your bird off the pit and hold.
So I basically I get it off,
Yeah.
pull it off, get it in a pan, get it in something you know is not going to leak out in your cooler.
Let it steam.
Let
for a
it
little
steam
bit.
off a little bit. I like to take some big paper towels and just drape over it. That way it doesn't steam in the foil. And
That's
if
good
you're gonna do foil, like Malcolm said, do it loosely. You don't want to seal it up tight because it's
You don't
gonna
want
make
to catch steam.
it's gonna make your skin go backwards as soon as you do that. So
Holding it, you're gonna change the texture of the skin once you hold it.
Yeah.
Because there's no way with that lid on, it's gonna create steam. So just know that it's not gonna be as crispy as it was when it come off the grill. Anytime I don't care if you loosely tint it on the counter, it's gonna trap some and
And
soften
I mean,
that skin.
too, depending on what pit you have, I mean, a lot of these Traegers have the keep warm setting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be scared to leave it in there.
You can put it in a warm oven.
Yeah, real low warm oven.
Yeah,
Um,
not like
I think our oven has a proofing feature. It's like 120, and it does great because it's going to allow it to carry over, stay warm for several hours.
Yeah.
But you just don't
without
want to.
cooking it.
Yeah, you just don't want to seal it up tight.
Would y'all say there's a threshold for the amount of time y'all would be comfortable brining the bird for?
What like
What's the
maximum
max?
time or
Yeah, so Michael's
brine
asking.
it for like a week or nothing, but
Yeah,
3
just
days.
yeah,
72 hours probably.
that would be my max. I don't see any need going longer than that.
Because like you said, it's like an equilibrium point,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
that's really all you're trying to do.
Max I've went's been right at 24, and that was last year when we were traveling. We're going to Gatlinburg. I didn't have time to get everything ready, so I put it in the brine the night before, and it stayed in till, heck, I guess a day later. So we was right at 24 hours roughly.
I've done 48, no problem. 72, just because I didn't get to cook it when I wanted to, and it's fine.
Willie had a great question. Do you rinse after the brine? Like you
Um,
brined your turkey, pull it out.
I do not.
Usually I've got to where I just use paper towel. I have before. I had it over in the sink, then I realized I'm probably still contaminating more than I am. I mean, there's really nothing really to rinse off. I mean,
I mean, I see what he's saying. Like, you know, a lot of these brines, like these homemade brine recipes, have a lot of herbs in them.
peppercorns, and
Peppercorns.
herbs, and
I just wipe it off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wipe it
kinda
off.
just wipe
If
it
it's
off.
if it's real bad and it was something you had to do, I would take another container just like you were brining in and fill it with water and just dunk the bird one time. Like, would not run pressurized water on it out of the sink or anything like that to make it splash.
yeah.
So this is something I had to look up. I'm not sure if y'all ever heard of a turkey cannon.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that goes up in the cavity.
It's like a infusion roasters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so.
It's like a metal tube looking thing.
Yeah. So somebody just wants to know what your thoughts on that.
Never used one. I just kind of seen it.
Yeah.
I thought we
know.
did use one long time ago.
I don't know.
I've never used one.
Remember. I think it was supposed to like heat up and cook it more from the inside. Cough drop. No, but it's supposed to like radiate heat better through the cavity, so it speeds up the cooking process, but it also allows you to put some other stuff in there and get some more flavor in it some kind of way, if it's what I'm thinking of. But
The ones I've seen people use,
I could see it working a little bit, I guess, but I don't think you really need it.
I don't think you need it, but it does allow you to like tie the legs back and it kind of holds the bird up. I don't know if you can get a better presentation
yeah.
with it, support the bird better.
See, I like putting aromatics in there, root vegetables, citrus, stuff like that, and then closing those legs up, making a tight package with it. That way I know it's going to cook all that stuff in there, get the maximum flavor from it, and it's going to help those leg quarters cook at the same time the breast cooks.
Yep.
And I always tuck the wings kind of back to where they're like behind the turkey's neck or what was left of the neck.
So Riley asked, at this point, week out, is it too early to have a bird or a breast already thawed out?
Yeah.
You sneaking on it.
A week, that's a pretty long time to hold any kind of poultry in a refrigerator.
It depends on
What
if
if
it's
you
ever been
put it in-
froze before. If it's a fresh, I don't know if you can get away with it.
Yeah, I don't. I've never done it. I've never had any luck holding poultry that long. I mean, if you knew the kill date, you knew exactly when it was packaged, and it was going to make it for 7 days. That would work probably. But if you've like had a frozen one, you already got it thawed, and you're going to hold it a week. I don't know.
Well, I mean, so
That's a long time.
this isn't necessarily answering the question. This is asking a question to that question. Do you consider starting the brining process, starting to cook? I mean, I know we joke about that and talk about that. I mean, once you get it in the brine and get that salt solution, you're pretty much curing it at that point.
Yeah, it'd probably make it long. It'd probably make it better in the brine like that. You went ahead and did longer. Like I don't
Get it in the brine on Monday.
That'd be a long brine. That'd be sketchy. That'd be iffy. I don't have any experience doing that. I would lean on the side of it's probably going to go bad.
Just uncharted territory for us.
You know when you open it up.
You will.
Sure.
Jaden asked which rub would work best for frying a turkey.
Yeah, we haven't talked about rubs, so
Well, AP I know is good.
I would stay
I-
away
Which
from
is-
sugars on Friday.
Yeah,
so you're saying salt. That was a salt, garlic,
Yeah,
pepper,
yeah.
and
Cajun seasoning, would work good. If you put barbecue rub on it, it's gonna burn.
Yeah. And you got to watch some of them Cajun seasons too. If they have that blackening season,
It's
it's going to
gonna
get dark
burn,
on you
yeah.
quick too.
I've done like I've got experience putting rub on wings and then smoking them and then frying them, and they get darker than you would think. So you just got to think that turkey's going to get dark like that. It's probably not going to look as good. I think that mix where it's like 50-50 kosher salt, granulated garlic with the little poultry herb is excellent for just putting on turkey. And if you know you're going to deep fry it too,
that's my favorite turkey rub.
it's just a
recipe.
savoriness.
Yeah, and you used it in your latest video.
Yeah, that was
The
the
butter
herb,
and herb
turkey.
turkey has that rub recipe.
The grit would probably do really. Your grit
Yeah.
would do good because it
has a touch of sugar, but not enough to burn.
It's not enough to turn it dark.
I'd be willing to try, just doing it like we do our wings. Don't put anything on it. Fry
Yeah.
it, then mix you up with salt, pepper, garlic,
As soon
butter.
as it comes
Yeah.
out and put it
Sprinkle
on there, yeah,
Can't be bad.
can't be bad. That's a good idea, Mark.
Kerrygold.
I might do a breast like that. Deep fry it, smoke it, deep fry it.
That might be a deer camp concoction we practice on.
Yeah.
So Will wants to know any issues injecting warm butter into the poultry?
Like as it's cooking, or
He says the night before or right before the cook.
So do room temp.
room temp liquefied, but I wouldn't inject it warm.
No,
And I
you don't want
wouldn't
it
do
warm.
ahead of time. I do it right before the cook, correct?
Yeah.
You can get away with ahead of time if the butter's cool to where it's still room temp or so, and your bird is cold. Because what it's going to do as soon as that butter hits that
Coagulate.
cold butter, it's going to coagulate and stay in it. But I don't see you're not gaining anything by doing it overnight because it's not like,
It ain't gonna flavor it no more. Yeah.
no. I mean, if it's butter, you're not gaining nothing. If you were using like a commercial injection that is a brothy liquid form where it has time to kind of distribute, maybe, but butter's not going to distribute.
It's gonna go in and
Stay.
pretty much coagulate. Yeah.
It'll distribute when it gets hot.
And Lucas wants to know: do you recommend? Have you ever cooked the whole turkey without the skin?
Mark has.
I have.
Oh, you've removed the skin. How did that turn
awesome.
I know who's not watching my channel.
Lucas, subscribe to SwineLifeBBQ. He'll show you.
I'm talking about Chell.
Oh,
No, so I've never fried one. I did do
he was
one on.
asking me. I knew you had.
I did do one on the smoker. I pulled the skin off everything but the wings, just because it's hard to skin a wing.
Heck yeah, when you do it, there ain't nothing left. It's just like don't want to stay there.
But it cooks really well. I treated it just like I would a rib. I basically put a barbecue rub on it, got a ton of great color, put it in a pan with butter, drizzled Kerrygold over the top of it, let it finish, glazed it at the end, and it was pretty much delicious. And I will do it again.
It was really good. It built like a really, really great bark.
I've done it just with on that breast,
Yeah.
and I know it does fine. So
How do you guys feel about Tony C's injectables?
I
Somebody
like
asked about that.
I like them.
Tony's. What's the other one we use all the time? He's got Creole butter that I really
I thought that was
like.
Tony Shawsher's.
It is. What's
That's
the?
another Cajun injector.
That's what it is. Cajun injector. Creole butter.
We just use
I'm
that.
not a fan of like the praline one.
The weird ones.
Jalapeno. Yeah.
I like Creole butter, and you just got to watch because they will get salty on you.
Real quick.
So I usually add another stick of butter, Kerrygold
Or a
again.
little more broth. Unsalted broth. Or low sodium.
Do y'all know any good ham glazes that doesn't involve any fruit?
I sure do.
First ham question.
Chell,
Brown sugar.
have you watched that video yet? Nope.
Brown sugar and Dr. Pepper or Coca-Cola.
Caramel. I done a salted caramel glaze,
Ooh.
and it was
On
good.
a ham.
On a ham.
How'd you do all this?
What about maple syrup?
Maple syrup's excellent. Yeah.
real maple syrup, not that store bought stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But no, like the salted caramel was strictly just a, what's the name of that caramel for coffee? It's a caramel syrup or
Ghirardelli?
caramel sauce. Yeah, just a caramel sauce straight out of the bottle. It was great.
Oh, you didn't? You just squirted that all over the ham?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It was simple. You got enough salt in the ham, you know.
Probably went great with it, honestly.
Here's a side question. What do you top your mac and cheese with? Just cheese, breadcrumbs, something else?
Ritz crackers.
Chell likes Ritz crackers, club crackers,
And I've used
panko.
panko before.
Ritz
Panko
crackers are
breadcrumbs.
buttery. I did notice that. Like that is so good.
And you don't have to add any extra butter because if you're doing the mac and cheese like on the smokers, the oil from the cheese comes to the top. You sprinkle your cracker crumbs over it. Chell taught me this, and it just soaks it up and makes that good crust on it. You know what else my mom always used?
Don't say
Cornflakes.
pimentos.
Cornflakes.
Yeah, I've seen people use cornflakes before.
That's an old Southern one.
Yeah, I feel like the crackers have a little more,
Sustenance.
richness.
I feel like don't change anything about the TikTok recipe you did earlier this year. And like that was like,
Yeah.
that would be what I would think of Thanksgiving.
For something out of the box, blazing hot Cheetos or just regular Cheetos. would work.
I need to try the regular Cheetos
The blazing hot Cheetos are awesome.
or the cheese puffs.
I've never tried those. It's always been the hard crunchy one. Just beat them up.
Which I actually really liked because it gave it a crunch when you were biting
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
It was really good.
So let's talk about carving the turkey. How do you carve the turkey? Do you go against the grain or with the grain?
I go across the breast. So when you take it off, and then like it's the opposite of everything you see in like
Yeah. You see them on TV where
magazine
they
pictures
slice
or-
them.
and it's
Yeah.
laying off in slices. That's the wrong way to do it. You should take that breast off whole and then cut across the grain
the
all the
grain.
way down it. So usually I'll take the leg quarters off, separate the legs and thighs, carve those if the turkey's big enough. If not, just kind of set them there and let people pick at them, and then slice the breast up, cut the wings off. Cooks eat the.
Definitely removing the
Wings.
breast like that to me makes it 10 times easier to carve.
It does, definitely. Usually, I have trouble carving the thighs. I usually just kind of cut them off the best I can. Usually ends up being chunks instead of like slices.
You never can find the joint.
Well,
the joint's hid after it's
Yeah,
cooked.
the leg separates pretty good, but you've got to get under there, get the oyster out of the back, which that's one of the best pieces
Yeah, that's
of
a
meat
good
on
bite.
turkey. Usually, I don't serve that. I just
That doesn't make it to the serving table.
Yeah.
Sneaks out the back door somewhere.
Yep.
Josh Radar says, should we still brine store-bought birds that come pre-packaged in a solution?
I do. Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning, but That's the question we get the most.
The most, because I tell you what, if you think that's got some flavor, go ahead and cook that turkey. Don't put nothing on it. Try it. It's going to be the blandest thing you've ever ate. They're doing that just to weighs a little more. I don't even know
They're
how much
putting
salt
water
they
in.
have
It's
now.
all they're doing.
Yeah.
That's why he put solution in quotation marks and
Yeah.
Cheez-Its on top of
That would be
mac and
good.
cheese.
That'd be
Someone
good. Or
that was a
goldfish.
good idea.
What about goldfish?
Ooh, that'd be good too.
Swimming in a sea of butter.
And how far in advance should you carve the turkey before serving?
Right there at the table.
Sooner the better. Like, as soon as you sit down, like, I would not do it an hour ahead and wait on your guests.
It's going. It wants to dry out.
Yeah.
You can't save it with the gravy. If
Um,
you're going to carve it ahead of time, get it in a Ziploc bag.
quick.
That'll hold it.
So what is your mac and cheese recipe, Chell?
I'll have to share that one with you later.
No, I can talk about it.
That's Malcolm's favorite thing to
know
talk
it.
about.
First of all, you need elbow macaroni noodles, probably one package, but you don't really quite use about 3/4 of a pound package. Then it's sharp cheddar cheese that you grate yourself. It is a can of cream of chicken or cream of mushroom soup. How much cheese?
As much cheese as you want.
I'm going to tell you,
Probably a
Shell's is not
pound.
macaroni and cheese. It's cheese and macaroni.
Yes.
What else goes
And
in
it is
it?
delicious.
Mayonnaise goes in it.
Sour cream.
Sour cream goes in it.
That's pretty much it.
It's all it is.
Yeah, and I use hot sauce. I use a little hot sauce.
So the way
to
she
cut
does
the-
it, she
richness.
puts all of her cheese, the soup, in the can of soup in a casserole dish and sticks it in the oven, and then goes and stirs it about every 10 minutes. It's like her oven's preheated 350, and then as that starts making that cheesy fondue roux, you pull it out, and then you start mixing in your other stuff to get your sour cream, your dab of mayo, your hot sauce. Usually you season it with a little bit, just AP or something, don't you? Or salt and pepper.
Yeah, usually I use AP and I use
And then
hot sauce to kind of cut that richness.
You-
Be a little heat.
you boil the whole pack of noodles and then strain it, and then only use about 3/4 of that. Because if you use all those noodles, you're going to end up with the ratio. The cheese is all messed up. So you use it should almost look soupy before you bake it. Then she bakes it, and it all comes together, and it's this
It's
something
heavenly.
special happens. But it's a super easy recipe.
So there's a debate going on in our comments about using compound butter rubbed under the skin. Somebody said that Gordon Ramsay, they've seen them do it and it came out really well, but other people are worried it would affect the skin.
I've done it. I've put butter, just even pads of butter up under it. To me, it messes up the look because
Yeah.
it makes it real splotchy looking up under the skin. I mean, is it going to add butter? Yeah, it's probably going to add some more butter and deliciousness up under there. But if
I
you've
think
ever
that-
seen the herbs up under it or the butter,
The
up
butter's not
under it,
going nowhere. It's
just-
not going in the breast, you know?
It's just going around it.
Yeah, it's just running off. I mean,
But the skin doesn't look as good. Like when you finally get it cooked, you can tell.
even when I do a dry brine under the skin, you can see the pepper underneath the skin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what do y'all do with leftovers?
Cold chicken or turkey salad,
Turkey sandwiches, turkey gumbo.
turkey
Pot
enchiladas.
pie, barbecue turkey sandwich. My mom always did that. She would take it, mix it with barbecue seasonings, barbecue sauce in a skillet, and fry it all up. And then you make it's almost like a turkey barbecue manwich or something.
My
I
favorite
always
though,
liked it. It was good.
is some fresh turnip greens and making your turkey stock and putting everything's left over in them turnip greens and let it cook all day.
Like the white meat and everything.
Yeah.
I've had dark meat and turnip greens, but never white meat.
That turkey gumbo sounds really good.
Turkey gumbo is excellent.
That thing be gobbling.
All right, so Nate said he's running a 10-pound bird alongside a 6-pound chuck roast on his pellet grill. Should he shoot towards 225 or towards 300 or shoot the middle for temp? He doesn't want to ruin them.
300.
300. Chuck roast would be a lot more forgiving at 300 than a
Yeah.
turkey will at 225.
That's right. A
300.
chuck roast, it'll just need to smoke till it gets some color and then get in a pan anyway, or full.
And a chuck roast will hold a lot easier than
Oh,
a
yeah.
turkey.
Turkey chili, everybody's saying. Brett.
Oh, yeah, turkey chili,
Some turkey enchilada
turkey
soup.
soup, turkey, yeah.
So Greg asked that
Turkey
he has
fajitas.
problems getting his turkey legs to tempt when the breast is done.
Put some stuff in. Put some mass in there. Some vegetables.
Yeah, slow that breast down. That's what's happening. Or either it's a really big bird or something.
Mm-hmm. Rotating it.
Yeah,
Spatchcocking will solve that too.
Yes, it will.
That'll the dark meat will cook just as
I don't know what pit you're cooking on, but definitely figure out the hot spot and put the legs and quarters and everything toward that for sure.
If it's, and I have, this is out there, but before you cook, like when you've got that turkey sitting on the counter, get you some ice packs, set it right on the breast, and let the dark meat come up to temperature first.
Yeah.
That'll give it a little bump so the breast has to catch up. It'll be about.
You ought to be able to tell too if you have the two thermometers you can use. Go ahead and probe them right out the gate. And if you're getting up to 110 and you see that the thighs are still right with the breast, get some butter and baste on top of it, some cool butter, room temp butter.
Slow it down.
Just do anything to slow those
Put
breasts
your little
down.
foil just over the breast.
Yeah.
Orient the leg or the cavity in closer to your heat source. That'll speed up.
Somebody said spray Pam. We didn't talk about that. Using a fat on the outside of your turkey skin. Did we talk about that?
Oh, yes. I have already talked about that.
Okay,
Butter.
Sorry.
If you're going to use something in an aerosol, I would definitely do a natural animal fat, duck fat, something like that. I would not do a processed oil.
I've done it. I've done just regular cooking spray from Kroger.
What's your
I mean,
reasoning, Mark?
Just something more natural.
Okay.
I mean,
duck
just a
fat,
personal
yeah.
preference. It's not,
Yeah.
But Pam will work.
any kind of
Buttery
oil is
Pam
better
will
than no oil.
Squirty margarine, like the blue bottle squirt.
Can't believe it's not butter.
Can't believe it's not butter. Regular melted butter. You're not going to beat regular melted butter. I'm telling you, the fresh poultry herbs or the dehydrated herbs in a stick of butter, warm it up in the microwave just like 45 seconds and stir it. And then just don't brush it on the skin. Just get your brush and just let it kind of drizzle all over it.
I'm going to tell you, splurge this year on Kerrygold. Do not sleep on Kerrygold. That is,
You got stock in the Kerrygold.
yes.
It's like the butter of 2021 for you.
You don't even need just eat it. You know how that woman eats that butter on TikTok? You need to you need to do a TikTok.
I'm not
Kerrygold
doing
just
it.
eating
I got a horror
Do it,
story
Mark.
about eating butter.
I can't video.
When I was a kid, we went to a family reunion, and I ate a whole jar of pickles and a stick of butter and threw up in my mom's Cavalier.
A jar of pickles and a stick of butter.
You know why I done it? Because they said, you can't eat that. Watch.
What a
That
bet.
Cavalier
believe
smelled
that
like
part.
pickles and butter when we sold it.
So we've answered something like this, but this is a little more specific. So he took his 16-pound turkey out to thaw on a Monday. He's planning to brine start Tuesday next week. Should he put it back in the freezer until Saturday or Sunday?
No,
That's
Just keep it as cold as you can.
it ain't gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be perfect. I would think, especially if you got it in a refrigerator, you're not opening all the time.
Salted or unsalted butter when y'all are talking about using butter for your turkeys.
I use salted and everything.
Salted.
Unless
Oh,
I'm baking, I'm usually using salted butter. Some people say it browns too much. I never noticed that. Have you?
I like it brown.
Yeah.
I like it brown.
canned cranberry sauce or actual cranberries?
Oh, actual.
Yes. It's too easy to make.
So easy.
Really?
I'm sending
Yes.
a
That's crazy.
It is so easy to make.
recipe to Brent right now.
I was like talking about this the other day, and I just feel like it's so easy to go out and spend 79 cents on a can of Ocean Spray
Oh,
cranberries.
it's
That
horrible.
old bitter stuff.
Gross.
I've never even tried the other stuff because of that. Like I always talk myself
It's
out.
honey, orange juice, and fresh cranberries, and you just cook them till they pop, and you stir them up, and it all just
It's like 15 minutes.
yeah. It's the easiest thing.
Put a diced jalapeno in there and it's
Ooh,
delicious.
that's a good idea.
Maybe this will be
Ooh,
the year.
yeah. Yeah, I did see that recipe.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was like 5 years ago.
I had more time back then.
Yeah.
On the pellet grill, can you put a turkey in an aluminum pan with a cooling rack so you can catch the drippings to make a gravy?
You can, but
It'll get smoky on you. Or it just gets
that's my problem with
it may not do it as bad on the pellet grill. If I was to do that, I would probably put a little chicken broth underneath there to kind of dilute it. And you're going to cook the moisture out when you make your gravy anyway. But sometimes them drippings, they want to, especially even in a pan, that pan's going to get hot, it's going to scorch.
I mean, it's just it's going to collect too much smoke. It's going to the moisture and condensation, everything kind of makes liquid smoke in there, and it's just not the best way to do it.
If you want like true like pellet grill, make your gravy, I'd buy me a cheap pack of chicken wings. Good luck finding them, but throw you some chicken wings on there, let them go for about an hour while your turkey's cooking, pull them out, make your stock and go. Like if you want to just go that much further to have that richness flavor, I would rather do that than versus ketchup drippings.
All right, so Thomas wants to talk Thanksgiving sides. Is there any kind of sides that y'all feel like are your favorites and your least favorites?
Sweet potato casserole, macaroni and cheese, green bean casserole,
Dressing.
dressing, turnip
Like
greens,
corn,
mashed potatoes,
butter
gravy,
beans.
Turnip greens.
butter beans. Those are all my favorites. I expect all those Thanksgiving. I had that locked and loaded, didn't I?
You were sitting on go.
I
Please
know.
ask this question.
Do you have any that you don't like? That you're like,
I forgot carrots too. Roasted carrots with brown butter.
I just like asking him that on the spot. It's really impressive.
Which sides do I not like? Oh, that ambrosia salad. It's like this marshmallowy
Oh, I know.
grapes and jello.
grapes and jello. I don't know if it's pudding. I don't know if it's jello salad. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna send some
Horrible.
pears, mayonnaise, and cheese to your house this year.
Pears, mayonnaise, and cheese. What are some other ones that I'm not a fan of?
I don't like sweet potato casserole when they use the little marshmallow.
I hate sweet potatoes with marshmallow
Yeah.
or yams with marshmallow. It's got to have the pecan praline topping.
Have you ever smoked your stuffing or dressing?
I have a video
Yeah.
Saturday.
Both of them
Both of
have a
us have.
recipe.
I smoke everything.
I'm gonna tell you, game changer on dressing though. It's
Everything.
do not put sage in it. Use a pork sausage.
Oh,
It
that
is
is
all
good,
the
yeah.
sage you need, and it is delicious.
I like sausage in my stuffing or dressing.
Any oyster dressing recipes?
I've never made it, but I love it.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
It's rich. It's good. Mikey does a liver and dressing that's really good. Duck and
I can see
dressing.
that.
Speaking of Mikey, I think he's still here working on that door.
I'm trying
so-
to think of a side that I don't like.
I'm having trouble. I don't like so.
Hominy. I'm not a fan of hominy.
I like
I'll
a
do
little
corn.
hominy.
I can do it.
Cream corn.
I don't like the old those sugared up fruit salad because all your fruit's way too ripe by the time it gets to your
Yeah.
house. It's just like a syrup then.
Beets. I don't mess with beets.
Now, turnips and beets, they all taste like dirt.
Yeah, I don't do turnips. I like greens.
I like
but I don't like
greens.
turnips
Somebody want to eat no dirt?
or parsnips or rutabagas or whatever.
Yeah, they taste like dirt too.
Yeah, I don't
So
eat-
there was some questions about turduckins.
yeah.
Um,
It's a gimmick, but
you've done one before. So should you brine the whole bone-in breast and then remove the breast, or remove the breast and then brine it? And could you throw the duck and the chicken in the brine too?
so
What would you do?
I wouldn't probably brine it. You're getting all that flavor from the stuffing and the seasonings and the different meats, and there's really no reason. I mean,
I don't know.
you think it's going to make it?
If you're making your own and you're starting with like a whole turkey, whole duck, whole
You're going to
chicken,
bone it out.
you might could get away. You might could get away brining it for a little bit, but I'm like you.
All your
To me,
flavor is going to be
The
what's cooking and
turducken
all
is
that
not
stuff.
like your star of the show is all the ingredients. You know,
Yeah. It's the different layers of sausage and dressing and everything that's in it. And the boudin and the rice and all that stuff.
all the good greasy stuff.
I feel like this is a cursed question. They want to know if you've ever frozen cooked a turkey
Pepper
before.
what?
Frozen cooked a turkey, like while it was still frozen. I was like, I don't.
Everybody has.
Oh,
You can't deny it.
I had like cooked one froze.
Like put it on because you're running behind because it's froze.
Oh, froze. Oh.
Oh, other way around.
No.
My bad.
Froze leftover turkey. Is that what we're talking about?
I don't know.
Yes.
Turkey don't make it that long.
Yeah, it don't usually make it that long, but I don't think it would be very good.
No.
Actually, okay, so I did freeze those Texas style breasts that we did that time, Chell. Like I went ahead and sliced them, put them in a vacuum seal bag, vacuum sealed them, froze them. They did excellent.
They did. We thawed them out after Christmas and used them for like lunch.
Turkey sandwiches, yeah. They were really, really good. So could you do it? Yeah. I don't see why not.
What types of rolls or bread is your go-to on Thanksgiving?
Yeast rolls.
Yeast.
I like the Rhodes, Texas style
What was the ones we
that
cooked?
you let
The
rise.
White House.
White House.
The
Those
white-
are so
those
good.
you don't
Those
have to
are
eat
awesome.
those. I like the little bitty cheap brown and serves that you can pull apart and put a little butter in.
Which ones
but-
were you saying? What's the dough balls we let
The
rise?
Rhodes,
Rhodes.
Texas style. comes in an orange package, and you put 2 of them in a muffin tin, and it makes this big pillowy,
Booty.
booty roll. And then you pull it apart and put some
Put
Kerrygold
some butter
butter
between
on
the
it.
cheeks. Delicious.
Take some extra cholesterol medicine that week. You
So-
got to have rolls. I don't mess
Yes.
with nothing else but rolls.
Pretty much Thanksgiving's a turkey and carbs.
Yeah.
Just name it.
Oh, I love the vegetables.
And then do you have a
Desserts.
favorite pre-Thanksgiving dinner dip that they could go to for Thanksgiving?
Dinner dip.
We're a cheese ball household.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I can see that.
Oh yeah, we're definitely cheese balls.
Like that football one you did would be really like even just as a circle.
Make it like a
just
turkey?
the recipe itself.
Corn dip is a good.
Yeah. That's a good side. We ain't talked about like a good corn salad.
Yeah.
Like a corn salad.
Corn dip.
Hot corn salad or
Hot-
cold corn salad?
Hot corn dip.
Hot corn dip.
You could do a turkey salad too. Get them warmed up for turkey. Make it like chicken salad.
Are there any issues with injecting warm butter under the skin of a turkey?
I
wouldn't.
wouldn't. I don't want anything warm on that turkey until it gets on the pit.
Yeah, you're just setting yourself up for bacteria to grow because it ain't gonna be. It's gonna be cold.
And if you're worried about like, if you want to do I recommend if you want to do a butter injection or anything like that, ghee, it's liquid at room temperature. It works really good. It's already been clarified.
Yeah.
It's a good butter. A lot of your local grocery stores here, I know Kroger carries it by the tub, but it's good butter.
Mike wants to know Traeger 1300. What temp for a 14-pound bird
300
the whole time?
the whole time.
Um,
Rotate it every 30 minutes.
Alan asked that he's smoking a 25-pound turkey. Normally he does one about 14 pounds. He is going to spatchcock it, give it a 48-hour brine. Any other tips you have?
Just watch that internal temperature on it.
Get the skin real dry.
Get the skin real dry. When you take it out of that brine, spread it out on your rack, and then have it like on a baking sheet. Let the moisture get off of it. Dry that skin good. Then get a fat on the skin before you season it.
So I pulled 2 of the top comments from the butter brine turkey on the Traeger you did the other day. They aren't necessarily questions. I just thought they were funny. So Fly a Bus said, yes, the annual, however Malcolm does it this year is how we do it this year. Video. Thank you.
I'm telling you, I'll try it. Don't knock it till you try it.
And then the other one is, if I ever come back as a turkey, I hope I end up in Malcolm's cart. I know he'd do me justice.
That's right.
That's deep right there.
Those are
That's for
great.
sure.
We got
I
anything
don't know. I mean,
else?
turkey's great. I don't know why we don't cook it more often, once a year. But
I think that's what makes it so good is because you only
because you
cook it
don't,
once.
if
Yeah.
you get tired of it, if you cooked it all the time.
I mean, I like it.
The rest of the time, I'm just doing Texas TX turkey breast. You know, that's my annual. If I'm cooking it all year long, but I don't get those big turkey breasts. But we don't have a regular supply for them. I wonder if Kevin gets them year round.
I bet
If
it
you need
can.
one of those big turkey breasts, you better give him a call though. I don't know if they can get it to you before.
I know somebody asked if they shipped to Texas earlier, which I'm
Yeah.
sure, but you just had to give them a call. And
Yeah, he ships on Mondays and Tuesdays
Hit him
only.
up on Facebook. It's The Butcher Shop, Pensacola, Florida. Oh yeah, you're not getting out
yeah.
this week.
Yeah, he only ships on Mondays and
Yeah,
Tuesdays.
you probably ain't getting it.
What's
Have to
the
put that on plan for next year.
or Christmas,
Christmas is a
Christmas.
great time to still do
or
turkey.
just do it the week after
Easter,
Thanksgiving? They're
yeah.
delicious. They're the best
They're-
turkeys. What's the perfect size of a turkey to smoke on a grill?
12 pounds.
That's your ideal.
Ideal.
What if you need to feed a bunch of people?
2 12-pounders.
It's a lot more forgiving.
Or do 1 12-pounder and a bunch of breasts.
There you go.
so I do see a lot of everybody. Some of you guys are asking some of the same stuff that was asked earlier on, so you guys are more than welcome to rewind. This will also be posted live on Facebook, so y'all can go back and watch it however long you want to, and then it'll also be on our YouTube page, the How to Barbecue Right podcast.
Frequently asked turkey questions. We'll
Channel.
Set that up.
Yeah, so
Hopefully you'll be able to search that on Google and it'll show up like what point we asked those.
yeah, Miss Ireland's going to go through there and hit up some chapters and stuff, so you guys will be able to revisit some of those questions.
If we didn't get to all your questions, go ahead and comment on there or send them to support and we'll try to get them answered.
And
As long as we get them before Friday.
You're finna get
Go-
kicked under
yeah.
the table is what you're finna
Just
get.
kick me. You're not working next week.
you guys can always go to the Let's Get to Cooking Facebook page that we do have, and there's tons.
Community too, yeah.
There's a billion people on there that can answer your questions if we don't get to it, and they are just as knowledgeable, if not more, in some cases, especially for me. And I know that I've gotten some great answers on there as well. So
Real quick, does anybody have any last minute questions?
and while they're getting those, what do you guys have going on?
Real quick, deep fried turkey. Do you season before you fry? And what do you put on it if you do?
I don't. I inject it, then fry it, and as soon as it comes out, season it.
Just like you do French fries.
Yep. Because you're going to burn your oil up, and it's just going to turn dark on the outside. It'll be a much prettier bird. And honestly, if whatever seasoning that this, once again, Mark knows what I'm talking about, melt you some butter, put all your seasonings in that butter, mix it up. As soon as that turkey comes out, baste it all over the skin, and then re-season it just a little bit, and it's going to be the best turkey skin you ever had.
If you want
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that is. And if you want to like have the season baked on, you can always pull it out when it's done, sprinkle it, drop it for like 10 seconds, and then pull it right back out.
Most of that's going to go in your oil.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just going to burn your oil up.
All right, so I'm gonna rapid fire some right here. How long out of the fridge at room temp before it hits the pit?
Hour.
I just got text a question too.
Go ahead.
Favorite dessert?
Cheesecake.
Red velvet cake. Or maybe a coconut cake.
Pecan pie.
Bissy, I'm winking at you.
Like a Jack Fire sweet potato pie.
Yeah, who's around that? That's a good one.
Mighty good.
How do you get the thighs at the perfect temp and the breast at the same time on the same bird? Did that make? Hold on.
Rotate it throughout the cook temperature steady, cook a bird that's a fairly,
Equally.
12-pound size.
And two, don't be scared to let them thighs go over 175. They're fine up to 190. Just
Yep.
get your breasts where they need to be, and as long as
I
your
never had
thighs,
trouble getting the dark meat done. It's a-
they usually beat it.
yeah. Usually I'm having to tint the back half of it and let the breast catch up.
And don't be scared to put foil on them. If that turkey's getting dark on you, cover it up, make it pretty.
I always do that.
Yeah,
Tips for turkey on a drum.
Run a
Spatchcock,
clean fire, no wood.
heat diverter. Keep it at 300.
Maybe cook it in a pan.
Yep.
Deviled eggs, Dukes or Blue Plate.
Blue plate.
I was trying to divide it.
Jalapenos on top, hot sauce.
As long as you're using one of the two,
Yeah.
No
Miracle Whip at Thanksgiving. Period. Nowhere.
I agree. 17-pound bird. How long do you expect? We said what?
4.5.
4.5 hours. 17-pound bird at 300. What do you prefer? Traditional smoker, pellet, or charcoal?
Pellet always. Traeger.
For
300 degrees.
that,
Con
yeah.
pellets.
Peanut oil or clear fry oil.
Always peanut. Tastes better, especially on catfish. I like these rapid fires.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah. Was the skin crispy on that butter and herb turkey? It was.
Yes.
It was the crispiest skin we've ever
Ever.
had on a turkey.
The butter did it.
How do you get the thighs at the perfect temp and the breast perfect on the same bird?
We just asked.
We've
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was looking at
Fourth
questions.
round.
Have you been here?
I'll see myself out,
You're
guys.
doing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're reading and thinking.
Spatchcocking will fix that.
rewind it. Rewind it 4 questions.
Yeah, and a lot of these questions we asked earlier, so you can always
Yeah.
rewind and watch it from the beginning. Mark gives a great gravy recipe for people asking
I do.
Yeah.
at the beginning.
He's a gravy man.
Gravy will be made. It will be released Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Chicken and dressing, sausage, and gravy.
What do you feel about cherry pellets on a turkey?
Nope.
Too much smoke color.
Reason why people would think that it's raw because it gives it a red smoke ring or a pinkish smoke ring. So I would stick with pecan.
Did y'all have any more questions? Chell?
Or rapid shell.
Someone wants to know, how did you get so great? Do you have any formal training?
No. Lots of practice.
Burning up a lot of stuff.
Messing up a lot of stuff.
I would say yes, but also no.
Yes, but also no.
65 in the breast?
I worked.
165 in the breast?
165 in the breast, 175 in the dark meat.
It'll be a good bird.
If y'all want to know the most about Malcolm's past, go watch the hot ones on Out the Smoke.
Thaw time on those extra large turkey breasts from Kevin.
I usually
2
leave.
days?
No, probably 4 days.
Oh, really? It's longer than that?
Yep.
They're so dense.
They weigh. I'm sure it weighs 12 pounds. So it's going to take as long as it does a 12-pound bird.
Man, I'd like to see one of them turkeys.
It'd
They
be the
gotta
most
stand,
bowed up
yeah,
looking,
6 foot
you know,
tall.
Yeah.
Is there a risk to smoking a 28-pound bird on a Komodo Joe?
Will it fit?
If it'll fit and you
If
can
it'll
maintain
fit, it'll
If
cook.
it fits, it ships.
it. Just make sure it's thawed completely.
Yeah.
Give yourself plenty of time.
And I would crank that temp up. I mean, you need to cook it at least 300. Those big birds, if you slow them down, you're risking keeping that meat too long in the danger zone because it's such a large mass.
I would recommend starting out a little bit higher and then gradually settle in at the 300. Kind of give it a head start.
I'd spatchcock.
What would you say the rest time is on a 12-pound turkey? Is there a rest time? Does a turkey need a rest?
Yeah, 15, 20.
Yeah, by the time you get everything set up and you're ready to sit down and eat and cut it, it's ready.
It's ready. Yeah. I don't go right off the pit and carve anything like that.
Ham or turkey?
Ham.
Turkey.
Really? I'm a big ham guy.
Well, how long do you brine those turkey breasts? Those Kevin turkey breasts?
I usually don't. I usually inject them.
Yeah, I asked that already.
Just because it's not on the bone and it's like marinating. You can marinate it and it do pretty good, but even the injection don't take as well because it's cut off the bone, you know.
They are good, though.
Honestly, they don't need it. They're so juicy.
They make the best sandwiches.
It's an all natural turkey though. It's never seen a processed feed or anything. I don't know. I would like to go to that farm.
I'm telling you.
You can't just go to Kroger and get those.
No, that's a 50-pound bird.
Air dry your turkey the night
Always.
before.
At least 12 hours.
Air dry your turkey in the fridge 12 hours.
On a little raised rack.
So here's like a personal thing that I have to ask y'all. Have y'all seen the infrared like air fryer for
The turkey
cooking
fryer,
turkeys?
yeah.
So my in-laws
Super.
bought one of those and they're gonna try it this year. Have y'all ever like seen anything on it? Oh, you did?
I got one.
Was it good?
No.
It'll cook it.
I wouldn't go with no big one. I would
No.
definitely go 12 pounds or smaller.
Yeah, I think they're two small birds they're
Yeah.
cooking.
It works, but it's
better than an oven. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But it's not a fried bird.
No,
By no means it's not a fried bird.
not the same crispiness level.
No.
you're pretty much toasted it. It's like a toaster.
Low and slowish ham
Turkey
to
toaster.
soften connective tissue.
What's that?
Low and slow ham to soften connective tissue.
No. Ham. You're basically just double smoking.
Yeah.
It's
already
fully
cooked.
The ones I cook, we're talking about like green ham. You probably don't go low and slow with it.
If you
It'll be
low
more
and
like
slow a
barbecue.
ham, you have to be careful.
But-
They're so dense. You're going to be cooking it for 24
There's
hours.
nothing like
Getting rid of that connective
Now-
tissue.
I do like pulled ham, I ain't gonna lie. But it's like you bring it up in some smoke, so you double smoke it, get it to 140, and then you put it in a pan, put some moisture in there, put some foil over it, and you're basically braising it until it just falls apart. And that will loosen all that connective tissue. And it is excellent with some turnip greens or some vegetables.
Well, that's about all the time that we have. And I think we've answered most questions. If you jumped in late and have some questions, feel free to rewind the live stream and you can see all the answers and get all the information you need because y'all really covered pretty much everything.
Thank y'all for stopping by tonight and talking turkey with us.
Enjoyed it. Make
Yeah.
sure y'all have a great Thanksgiving.
We need to do a live ham one for Christmas.
Real quick, why not use the wood chunks in the drum?
Too much smoke
Too much
flavor.
smoke.
Turkey's going to smoke it up, and it's going to be too strong.
Too much smoke.
Well, all right, gentlemen. Do you guys have anything coming up you guys want to talk about?
Nope.
Any new videos or
We're going to be
anything?
gone for a long time. Rifle season's open Saturday, and I'm going to be in a deer stand somewhere.
Game on.
I'll see y'all in March.
And everyone have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Very.
From our
Enjoy
family
it.
to yours.
Yeah.
Yep. Be thankful.
We gone.